Oh dear Lord, we are live. Oh, I better nix that. There we go. Welcome everyone. I got the technology to work today. I am super proud of myself. That is just such a major accomplishment that yeah. I feel like an 80-year-old geriatric who just figured out how to use that newfangled thing they call a remote. So amazing. I digress. How's everyone doing today? I apologize for the lack of a live stream last night. Could not connect. Shocking. I'm not even sure what the problem was last night. It was just like, no, not today. So, and the weather was really nice. So, 2 or 3 times of that, and I was like, I'm gonna go check out the sunset. However, again, I digress. There we go. I got a board laid out. Oh yeah, just moving along. It's been a long week, and I don't know. I figured I'm a little excited. I got the live stream to work this time. The last couple of times I've tried to set up a live stream, no bueno. Jerry, package arrived safely. I can't remember if I sent that text or actually got a chance to write that text, but it's safe and sound. And yeah, sorry, I'm working on a new roommate and getting a washer and dryer out of this basement and a new set in. Oh, so these are terminated. Well, most of them are. Let's see, and that one is $7. Made several of these little packets up. Some with more terminated pieces in them. Others just have a bunch of pieces of tourmaline. I was floating around eBay and Mercari seeing these going for like $25 for one of these, and I was like, oh, well, okay. I can do that for $5. Yeah, we are on, Mr. Tourmaline. It definitely am not Mr. Opals this week. Hey, Bear, hey, Bear, how's it going? Good evening to you. Did that tracking number get... Did I include a tracking number in one of my emails I sent this week, I hope? If not, I will, like, at the end of the stream, I'll copy and paste that. Yeah. I love how you can see the natural tourmaline points in some of these. Actually went through and like picked through to find some of them. I got 10 on that one. We'll say 7 on that one. Take it down to the other one. Of the natural caps. Okay. Sorry, I've been feeling like my hair's on fire this week, and you know, I got a lot of hair, so that's concerning when you've got that much hair and you feel like it's on fire. That one seems really blue in this light, or like a specific type of light blue that you don't see very often. It's almost clear in person. So, got 5 on that one. A little piece I worked on this week. So, the opal has this little, it's a subsurface fracture. So, it doesn't even reach the surface of the gem. You can't tell it's there in person. Heck, you got to really like magnify it, and I don't know why I was worrying as much as I was. I'm still discounting it from 600 like 3. Oh, I've just been busy. I've got stuff going on in life, like, home stuff that just been making me do a lot of extra stuff. I really like the concept of this one. I just got to play with it more. That opal is really pretty. Are you good? You're all good? That reminds me. Did I actually remember to hit that? Go over and hit the like button, because it helps the analytics. Here, I'm going to switch so we can get through those, and then we'll move on to the big crystals. I feel like that one should not be out, but it is, so we'll go about the same price as that one. Another one for 5 here. Yeah, I need to get better about that. Like, that is a failing of mine, is I need to be setting these up the day before. I am busy, good sir. Yes. Why don't you go meow out the window at the neighbor cat? Huh? Yeah. Little furball. Sorry about that. One of these $5 silly. We doing $3 on this one. Those aren't even terminated. I digress. That one's terminated. So is that one. Yeah, you know it. do $3 anyway. Somebody wants. All right. To melt a metal hood on tourmalines. Oh, you mean like one of these? These are very difficult to make, and I'm still kind of practicing. It takes me quite a bit of time to do them, unfortunately. No, you don't melt it around it. Heat will make it shatter. Yeah, it's just how you do a bezel setting. And then, like, I'm a little embarrassed to admit it, but there might be a little bit of super glue holding this in place. I mainly did it so that it would keep it in one spot while I got the bezel closed around it solidly. But yeah, these are really difficult to make. I'm still trying to get it figured out. Kind of like this one. You can see how I did it, but it just... I'm convinced most of the places just make the setting and they glue the tourmalines in. Like, I am totally convinced of that. You literally couldn't melt it. No, if you dip one of these into molten, I wouldn't do it in tin, but molten metal, it would either shatter it or explode. Yeah, see, and that's just not my... I don't like adhesives. I just do not like them. And so, like, this here is bezel set, and I kind of make it clear it's also experimental. Yeah, it's not, the glue ain't holding that in because there's a tiny wiggle. I'm gonna have to reset that more now. All right, so here, this shouldn't be on the table right now, but it is. This is 25.8 carats. That means it is over 5 grams of gorgeous blue tourmaline. I'm asking $435 for that. I'm just picky, Quad. It comes from wanting to make like Cartier level quality stuff. It's silly. Yeah, some of these are just gorgeous. Actually, several of these are among the finest in my collection. So this one is 26.9 carats. Getting close to 5.5 grams. That's 457. Oh, yeah, no, so the people who make high jewelry or fine jewelry are freaking snobs, man. Just snobby about it. And it's got to be perfect. And there can't be any glue because that's cheating and wham. You know? It's that sort of thing. Thank you, Bear. Yeah, these are... I hunted for a very long time to get my hands on those tourmaline. The indicolite tourmaline here, these 6 are from Brazil. They were found in 2001 in the Azul. Can we hear me? Looks like it. In the Azul Bean Grande pocket, 2004 they were found. Then they sat in a storage container for like 20 years. Roger? Roger. Damn it, I just made a Star Wars reference. I apologize. I can't help it. It's what I do. All right, so here. I do too. I really do too. Sorry, and I should finish that. Of the Pederneiras mine near Sao Paulo, Brazil. Yeah. Yeah, that was a major point on it. I just super stoked to get that opportunity. So here we've got an amethyst citrine pendant. Now it does have 2 Podparasha sapphires sitting there. I really need to do a refinish on it. I need to do that on many. LOS can, or liver of sulfur blackening can get, your shirt will rub it off eventually. $350 on this one. And I'll turn all this space black again. And put a fresh shine on it because it just looks better that way. This blue zircon pendant, Bear, I gave it a nice ultrasonic. Make sure that thing is looking nice and shiny. The other piece was meant to look a little more antique, I would say, but I like the machine look of that blue zircon one when it's all shiny and yeah. All right, so this here is some malachite that I polished. It's still by far the best cab I have ever done. Set in sterling, wrapped pretty solidly front and back. Make sure it holds up nicely. Wears properly. Nice and smooth. $135. That silver wire is getting expensive. Alrighty. Got on this one 14 carats. 2.8 grams. No, it definitely wasn't the fibrous type when I got it. It was a chunk. Actually, I still kind of have a chunk of it. It was a chunk that had been polished that somebody then cut into to make smaller cabs. And then they, sold the leftover chunk to me at some, it was a very small rock show where I just picked up odds and ends. It is just so gorgeous. I haven't had a cab turn out so well with the equipment that I have as this one did. So this one I've got at 226. I've also been possibly considering faceting it because I am just so stoked with how that last facet I did turned out. Oh yeah, Boulder is actually I was talking with somebody earlier today about breaking open big rocks. Although I don't know if they're getting crystals when they do it. They were more talking about breaking big crystals. All right, this next one 24.28 carats, or 24.2 carats. My apologies. I even wrote mine on it before I put the price tag on it. Singly terminated. Awesome color. Relatively clean. Put me in, coach. We do different colors. Sorry. I'm yeah. $400 on this one. You see what I might end up doing with it. Then for 340, this one is 20.8. Hey now, yeah, actually though, I'm crying about how expensive wire is. I don't think I've got enough wire on hand to make another one of these, but I want to really, really badly. So yeah, this one is 340 at just under 4.2 grams, more like 4.15 ish. Got a little floater on it. I think that floater's terminated too, but I can't tell from. blue color it has. Next, yeah, the color on these is awesome. So hard to show off these etched, almost holographic terminations. They're really neat. This one's 11.8 carats. I've got it at 200. It's got one of the best etching patterns of all of these that I got in. Just so neat. And then an affordable, why did I show this one off already? I don't know. Oh, that is Amazon's job. I believe we were just talking about glue, actually. Although I would guarantee that they don't sell these specimens for no $20. I'm good. What they sell is stuff like this, in glued into mass produced. So we got this one for 12. Yellow unheated. What type of cut? Yeah, and like Bear, I could totally see that. If you go to Pakistan, you can pick up parcels like, huge parcels of these for a couple $100. Is it a specialty oval, a step cut oval, a brilliant oval? Cushion like, so I'm gonna guess a step cut. Got 12 on this one. I showed this off, 135. Low price, 100 or two. I could see someone retailing it for 3 or 4 or 500 maybe. It depends on how well it's cut, because while color is nice and all, if it's got a window, that takes a lot of the value out of it. How do I put it? How do I explain it best? I know. In 1 second. I have an example. I have an example I cut even. So I'm kind of proud of it. All right, so let's use tourmaline for our example. Here I have 3 separate cut tourmaline. Now you can see this one here has windowing problems. This one's not bad. It's just your regular step cut, emerald cut. But then there's this one with more modern, brilliant cutting. This is going to be worth way more per carat than these. Possibly double. The GIA cert's another thing that's also would make it go up in price quite a bit. This hexagonal one has the worst window by far. It's just not cut super. Yeah, you've got to have the facets at the perfect angle and perfect distance from each other to get brilliance right. And so, like a step cut peridot like this has a huge window, and I believe this is step cut. Maybe it's brilliant cut. Doesn't really matter the cutting style. But if they cut it for size rather than weight, then it's not worth near as much as what they try to sell it for. Yeah, I'm really, really, really proud of this one. I'm actually planning to try and cut another couple of them because I'm refusing to sell this at the moment. This is the nicest stone I've ever cut. And it's the first time I've cut a stone and felt like I really succeeded with it. Especially on that Weaver machine. Like, that's rare. I still can't believe I cut that damn thing. I digress. Now I'm trying to talk myself into cutting apart one of these so that I can cut a bunch of them. Oh, man. Yeah, well, you might have to wait till the next ones come out because I am actively thinking of how I can put this into a pendant for myself. I'm in love with that. I'm proud of myself. I don't get that feeling much. And that's why I'm going to try to cut another one. I think we might just cut this one next. It's just hard because, you know, when you got price tags like that on them. All right. Oh, the pink one is 40. I'll do 30. Somebody wants that one. Here I have the smoky quartz that comes from Montana near Missoula. almost talked myself into going and getting more. Here I have a sapphire crystal. I love these things. Amazon is meant to get, affordable things easily, accessibility. Don't get me wrong, I love Amazon. I use them all the time. I just don't ever expect high quality out of Amazon. Like my whole faceting setup can be bought on Amazon. Half of it is. So yeah, I got 50 on that. Up next for 15, a little amethyst, but it is still a type of quartz cluster. Yeah, Amazon's definitely a hit or miss and experience type situation for sure. That's 15. Can you dip a sapphire in molten metal? It depends. I have heard of casting in place with sapphire and diamonds and rubies if they are the right type. However, there is a difference between heating a gemstone slowly over a long period of time and just dipping a cold gemstone into molten metal. Especially with the inclusions and stuff. I would not be shocked if I were to like melt metal, have it in a pool, and then just try to dip this into it if this didn't just explode. It would not shock me. I don't know that it would because it is sapphire, so maybe it wouldn't. But thermal expansion can be rough. Got another one of these smoky quartz tips from up here. That one is 20. Last but not least, by any means, is my Pedaniris tourmaline pendant. By God, I know I want to make another one or two of these. I just need enough like good rocks. So we got diamonds, a Montana sapphire, blue zircon, more sapphire from Sri Lanka, same with these ones, more diamonds, and another blue zircon, and one of those tourmaline crystals, which, I mean, when nature basically facets them for you, why fix something that ain't broken? You know what I mean? I totally could have faceted that, but why? Just why? It's such a beautiful gemstone. I do not have any sardonyx on hand that I like can quickly identify. I'm asking 1,200 on this piece. That is an absolute steal. And I'm asking myself how I can do better next time. I love this one too. All right. Let's see, I'm going to set those to the side. Although, steels, this one is also in that steel category for sure. Let's see if I can. You can kind of see the microfracture. It's just that it doesn't reach the surface. That opal is popping. Wait, this one? Let's see, where do I put these? Put those here for now. Hey, Will, did you like this one? I mean, honestly, the chain is almost. I feel like I'd be better off melting the chain down, personally. But the pendant, yes and no. You like the chain, huh? Okay. The gem definitely is a boss gem. I cannot deny that. I wish I was that much of a master of cutting. Someday. Someday. Alrighty, I need somewhere to put all these tourmaline for now. Put the tourmaline. You're baiting me right now. I see how you are. And so I think in response, I play my trap card of Peridot. What is this relax? I don't know that I'm familiar with that term. It sounds almost new agey a little bit. Why have I not heard of these? Oh, yeah, you are not supposed to be out there. That's why. Bing. 1, 2, and 19. 1, 2, and 19. A 1.8 carat trillion. That one I've got at 60. Also at 60, a 2.2 carat pear shape. I'll drop that down to 50. And then a 1.3 carat for $7 for number 19. Indubitably. $7. I got $7 on number 19. I need an editor. You will take number 19. I gotcha. Wow. Zers, that last one. Okay. Number 19. Got it in your box, buddy. For $5. Got a little round brilliant. By the way, these prices will be going up 20% over the next few weeks. Because, well, they got to go up 10%, period. But there's other things in place that, like, I don't know, they started applying tariffs and are still pricing as though they're going to happen. So I got to raise prices a little bit. Dude, it ain't even on that. Like, this is price gouging. My suppliers are being assholes, straight up. It ain't. That's the thing. It's not completely that. That's not what's completely at play here. My suppliers, I think, saw a way to take an advantage, or all suppliers out there. I'm looking for some new ones. I have. They have some red flags, but they also have a lot of green flags, like, that make me, I don't know how to feel about them specifically, but I am looking at them. Yeah, and like when you see GIA certified stones, it's Like, well, and a lot of the stones they sell, you can tell they're fucking natural. At $12 on this one. Yeah, no, GIA is legit. Some of those stones should just, they do not sell that low, or I have never seen a legitimate seller selling at those prices. I do live, like, one red flag is always, if this seems too good to be true, investigate. GIA is usually good. However, also I have seen, like, you basically, heck, I was gonna say you need your items inscribed, but I have seen people fabricate that. Seems like a lot of effort to go to, because they're not like selling $10,000 rocks. I didn't actually see any that they had, whether they were inscribed or not. I don't think they were. That's, see, I got 7 on this one. Wait, I don't got no fucking jewelry. Man, we gotta have some jewelry out. I might as well throw a peridot ring out there. Make it 2 peridot rings. Do I not have any peridot pendants? Yeah. And, like, again, most of their rocks that I saw look completely legit. There were some that I was like, that just doesn't seem right. I'm careful about red flags. Quad, have you ever heard, like, how I learned to get good sources at cheap prices? Have I ever, like, have you been here for me explaining that? Like, I ended up buying from maybe not thousands, I hundreds at this point, hundreds of different suppliers, and I test what they send me. And so I would go buy from people who seemed a little too good to be true, and usually they are. I haven't done that lately because that cost me thousands and thousands of dollars to do that. Like, finding sources by getting burned is probably not effective. Oh God, I literally have not bought stones from overseas except for melees in months. I got a couple thousand rocks on hand right now. And I can see a lot of their stones are legit looking. What I want to test is their sapphires that they sell for like 200. They are not treated or, heat only. I'd like to be able to get one of those and test to see if their claim is actually legit or not. By the way, ring number 1. Tanzanite and peridot, $100. I feel like it's about a size 10, give or take. Like, probably a 9 for sure. I don't have my testing board next to me. Oh, I know. It's a bit expensive to test. I'm not in that phase right now. Right now, business is too slow to be testing new suppliers. Especially with how often that doesn't go great for me. Right now is the time to buy, rocks from people who collected them and are selling them on, Mercari to get rent or something. I need to start calling JTV and tell them to bring back their gemstone shows. Start selling these grandmas more loose gemstones so that I can score them super cheaply in 3 or 4 years. For 400. Yeah, I'll do 300. Size 7. Yeah, 7-ish. Peridot and green sapphire. I'm making a new one of these. I've already cut out the ring band. Quad, right now, I literally could not afford to. I just do not have the funds to test or to make purchases. I'm not. Yeah, right now I'm not trying to buy. I wish I was, but I'm just not. Oh no, you're good. You're good. I mean, hell, I'll take a look at one. I wouldn't. That would. I wouldn't complain just getting to look at one under the microscope, just to see. I am interested in that company. I scrolled through their I think it was their eBay page for some time. That is dope. I need 2 of these as side stones. $11 on that one. A really good deal. Why did my music just stop? That is unacceptable. Give me more music now. Where, oh where? There we go. That's some swing or something. I don't know. Give me some freaking electro swing. $4. So the other day I was walking through one of the nicer local jewelry stores we have, looking at their, semi-precious jewelry. And I'm looking at all the things, and like if you're setting a peridot in 14 karat gold with natural diamonds, sure, you could set something like this with that, but wouldn't you rather like that? I feel like it would sell so much better. And again, I don't know how to make small pieces of see, that's what I'm talking about. The cut is where it's at. That's why I want one of those super expensive, nice fastening machines with a concave attachment. Concaves are awesome. That's how you get this type of look. Damn. Trillions work well with the type of cutting, just the type of cutting they have, if done in the right proportion, but any gemstone will. Actually, this is a great example here. Let me set that down. Yeah, there we go. The cut method is exactly the same on these two stones. The layout they have, the number of facets is exactly the same. However, this one should have been either deeper, as in this point needed to be bigger, or it needed to be smaller. I'm guessing in this case it needed to be larger, but they didn't have that, or they needed to make it smaller round in size. It all comes down to the philosophy of the cutter. A lot of cutters, especially when it comes to like sapphires, rubies, emeralds, what matters is the size and the weight, not the, like, they want to get as much weight in that stone as they can, and they don't care what the cut looks like. Actually, if I'm being honest, that's kind of what I did with this one, with the way this one's cut. It gave me the biggest stone I could out of the piece of rough that I got, and it looked okay. This one, I lost a lot. I lost more than 60% of the weight of the original stone, versus that one I may have lost half that. But it was worth it in the end. I got a smaller stone than I could have, but the stone is prettier. And I've seen, I probably could have gotten a bigger, well, like this one. I think I should have cut that one smaller. $7 on this one. Faceting is a fascinating science. There is an art to it, but once you've got the art part down, you realize it's about math and critical angles, stuff like it. It's super complex. I think that's why I like it so much. Got a yellow sapphire here. If I remember correctly, that thing was getting close to 3/4. I apologize. Mandarin garnet. Mandarin garnet, little wire wrap. Oh, I don't know. 130 for that. I got $5 on this one. Yeah, that should have been deeper. I've got 5 on this one. $5 on this one. Which opal? Do you mean this one? I'm trying to think if I showed a different opal. This one is Australian. I don't know the exact find it's from. God, it is a really pretty opal too. This one's also Australian, but it's doublet. It's crystal opal with a black backer. I got $9 on this one. That's a beautiful. I just realized I didn't actually give this. Yeah, I did. $9 on this one and $8 on this one. Dollar difference over a slight shade difference. Oh, 200 on this one. I forgot that. Might be important. I could do blue topaz next, since it's in my hand, or I don't know. Got aquamarine and some tanzanite that I could do. Labradorite. It's been a while since I've shown some labradorite. Get a little low on that. I need to reprice half these. Because they're wanting 5 times as much a kilo for that as last year. Drop a few labs, I guess. Do a mixed table. Turn out it might be my last one, so I think what I'll do is ideally speaking, yes, they should. There. I've got a little bit of a mixed display. And then for different pendants, we got that one. I don't know why, but I want to show that one off. Show that off last. So this one is $9. Absolutely insane pricing. How blue that is. Up next at 10. Yeah, I've tried making some of those kits. I really wish those would have caught on because I love doing teaching, and being able to release kits along with like tutorials is my dream. I would love to do that. For 7, that is gorgeous. I do not disagree with or agree with that personally, but it could just be my eyes. However, right now I am seeing this on my screen, which is over there, at about 7 times magnification compared to what it is when I get to look at it full, like with my eyes. We've got 15 on this giant chunk. And then 8. Almost. I love Boulder Opal. Boulder Opal is some awesome stuff. However, that is not the wrap I am showing next. Up next, I have indicolite tourmaline, Australian crystal opal, and Montana sapphires in an epic wire wrap that was made from the ground up, all here. I started out with a broken opal that I then recut to make it, nice and pretty and not cracked. This beautiful tourmaline specimen and a bunch of these Montana sapphires. Now, I freeformed that one as one of my early freeforms, and I loved the crystalline shape it had. And as I learned to facet those sapphires, I've got 0.6s or 60 pointers, and that one there is over a carat, if I remember correctly. All set in a one-of-a-kind wire wrap, all handmade by me. Like, that was a dope project. I'm asking 600 on this pendant. I think that is a steal. Heck, I think 750 is a steal. Solidly wrapped for comfort and, to last forever. A lot of the people who wear my stuff party like crazy. I'll do 500. Doesn't hurt. I got 57 on this 7.6 carat heart cut. I do believe this is a step cut. No, it's not even a step cut. That's actually kind of... Oh, it's step cut. Damn. It's almost like it's step cut on the machine I use. I think I respect that. Up next, a round brilliant for 32 with awesome cutting. This is also blue topaz. Another round brilliant. This one's almost perfectly cut, but not quite perfect, and so it's 10. Such a tiny little imperfection. Half price. I have 12 on this pear shape. And 16 on this round brilliant. A little bigger of a round brilliant. 1.3. I know this next looks like it's blue topaz, but it's actually blue apatite. It's a really pretty stone in its own right. In an engraved pendant. Simple, but not simple. Up next, we got some tanzanites. First one at 50. Beautiful oval. I'm gonna have to play with that next time I can afford some copper to practice with. Got another oval. This one is $40. Kind of see how it's just slightly, the cutting's different in the back. It creates a little bit of opportunity for windows to pop out. Same cut, same material. Same with this one, also 40. A little bit of a discount for that. Really should just make a bracelet with these. Got 18 on this one. $15 on this one. It wants to run away from me. And I want it to start facing straight up. So, yeah. Up next, tanzanite and boulder opal. 300 on this piece. Fingerprints. Sorry. Cut the boulder opal myself. Got some of them tanzanites that I got around and made a nice little pendant for them. It is solid too. Actually, a really comfy one. And our last row for today, an aquamarine. A really pretty stone. That one's $35. Got this little heart here for $20. Also for $20, I have this larger I have the right word for this. I know I have the right word for this. What's the word for this? Pear cut. Wow. That one is 2 carats. Also for $20. This one's smaller, but it is blue as blue. Or at least it's a lot just more saturated blue. And then for $9, it's also saturated. It's just not quite as good of a cut. And so that one's $9. Last but not least for the day, Montana sapphires and diamonds set in 14 karat gold. The 2 colored stones are Montana sapphires. That one is a 30 pointer, and that one is a 1.05 carat. Then I have a carat 05 and in diamonds. Got that one up there, which I pulled out of a gold engagement ring. Just felt right. I'm asking $3,800 for that. If anyone is interested, shoot me an email, tyler59801@gmail.com. I love Montana sapphires. I wish I could go mine them and then cut them and just make stuff like this. Open up a small store. It would be dope. Someday. Anyway, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me today while we showed off some pretty rocks. I'm going to figure out how to get the vertical working again. Updates. Phone updated. Maybe I'd need to update YouTube or something, but I'll be trying to figure that out over the next few hours. Appreciate y'all hanging out. I hope y'all are off to a wonderful start in your weekend. Bear, we'll be getting that blue zircon out to you. Y'all have a good one. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. We'll catch you on the next installment. Keep putting out. I noticed the crystal videos that I'm putting out, people are really seeming to like, or the algorithm's liking them more than it normally likes my content, so I'm appreciating that. Anyway, y'all have a good weekend. See what we can get out here upcoming. But yeah, till next time. Where the heck did I put? Sorry, I've got these gold ore cabs that I cut, and I have one that I cut for somebody that's like a rectangle shape, and it's just got a flat side. I faceted it basically, and I can't figure out where the hell I put that thing. I'll find it. Anyway, y'all have a good one. I will catch you on the next time. Enameled with diamond pit. That's a new one. Just try making a rose. I suck at flowers. Anyway, have a good one, everyone.